Okay, this is part two. Who wants to speak next? Come on. Look at Evelyn. Come on, Evelyn. I told Evelyn last night, Evelyn, everybody loves you. Every time you come into the classroom, everybody's looking at you and smiling, especially Elio. Okay, so yeah, okay. Anybody else who want to say something? Like, Masar, you have not spoken, and also Gabriel and Evelyn and Alicia and Syed and Muhammad and Eva, you have not spoken yet. Evelyn, you want to say something or no? Because if no, no problem. So we can move on to the next one.
Well, actually, yesterday when we were asking the question, like you say, I like it also when you mentioned to us about what Monica said. And I said, okay, also I learned that things, but I at that moment, at that moment, I didn't have the word to say that. I only was thinking about class, which subject, and what about the if, what about this, what about. That's why I mentioned to you. But also, we have learned this. Remember, one day you were teaching us like the subject for the Canadian citizenship.
Mhm.
So that day I was attentive and I said, "Oh, I don't know anything because still I am not Canadian citizen here."
Hmm.
So you were teaching us many things, and not only the in the class you tell us also you have told us about your experiences,
Mhm.
your family. You have shared, you have been open to us. So that's why we feel that a comfortable environment every
Mhm.
time that we are here, and that's why we want to come to class. Because believe me, as I told you yesterday, if the class were bored or I feel if I were feel
Get careful with the grammar.
yeah, yeah, sorry.
I checked Evelyn's
Yeah,
perfect models. You see,
yeah,
I would have left.
yeah, exactly. Remember you told me yesterday. I could have left. Yes, of course, because when you feel, if you feel that you are not learning, it's better that you
Oh, yeah,
leave.
yeah, you
No,
waste your time. You
yeah,
know, you
yeah,
work
exactly.
eight
But
hours a
no,
day.
if we are here, I think all of us, and you have seen the assistant, the attendant, is always a lot of people here because
Yes, we
I
had.
think all of us we are happy with the class, and all of us we are expecting to learn because we know that we are gonna learn
Mhm.
you. So we are happy and thank you so much for all your effort. We, I have never thought, for example, that someone like you were singing to us, like you sang on December. Remember,
Like
that was
December.
very special for us because even I think different religion are here, right? But we understand the Canadian culture, and
Mhm.
this is part of the to be in Canada. So I think that that moment was very special, and I really appreciate the way that you dressed that day. You were very elegant, and we were maybe like normal. That here you want to be the moment special. So thank
Yes,
you so much for all of that, and thank you so much for all our my classmates. And I would love to meet all of you in person, but unfortunately, also this Sunday and Saturday I'm working, so that's when I finish
yeah, yeah. Don't worry.
my
Don't.
job at 5 p.m. So
Yes,
yeah,
yeah.
but it's
Don't
a
worry.
pleasure to me to be with you, and I hope to see you one day on the street here in Toronto or
Yes,
Ottawa or Guelph. I don't
yes.
know.
Yeah, you know what? One way, everybody, one way for you, like for especially for Luis and Safia and Monica, because you don't live close by. What you do is, if you're coming to Mississauga, for example, or to Toronto, Luis, Safia, and Monica, just post something on Facebook. See, guys, level, like I say, guys, level 7-9 from Andrew's class night school. You remember me, Safia? I'm gonna be in Toronto. Uh, please message me. Please PM me private message on Messenger with your phone number. I'll call you so we can meet for coffee. Yeah, you know what I mean? And you'll be able, yeah, and it doesn't have to be, tomorrow or in April. It can be in July or August or even December. You know what I mean? So that's my advice to you. Okay, so going back to Evelyn, one thing that Evelyn said to me last night that really made me feel good about myself is because I don't even think about it, Evelyn. I did not even think about what you said. I'm just organic, natural, genuine. You know what I mean? And so Evelyn said to me, when I asked Evelyn this question, when I said to Evelyn, what feedback do you have about my teaching style or methods? And Evelyn said to me, I love the way you correct the students. When you check the students, when we are weak, when we need to fix our pronunciation, for example, or grammar, you will let us finish. And then after that, we feel good that, oh, I did a great job. And then later you will say, Evelyn, can you go back to number 7? Evelyn said, I love that because when I read, I am not pressured. I don't, I'm not pressured to be perfect, because I know that there is a teacher who will check me. Okay. And that was actually supported by Sarah as well. Sarah said also to me that I've been to so many classes. Nobody checks me. But you check students in a beautiful way. And Evelyn emphasized that a lot last night. She said, I love the way you check the students. Okay. Diana, you're already done, but Diana, you want to say something?
One thing, teacher.
Yeah, go. Yeah, you want to say something? Yeah, your hand is up.
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
I forgot to tell you this. It's my first time to see teacher to open account, Facebook account, for every classmate can join. It's my first time. So it means, and it's even if I'm no longer in your class, I know where I have to meet my classmate or where I have to find you if I have any problem.
Yes.
So that's a big point. Even if it's 5 years or 10 years, I know I have to find Andrew Taylor here or Safia or Ruiz here
Yes.
on Facebook account. So this is really important in our life. Thank you.
Yeah, that's why everybody, I really want to encourage you to join the Facebook page because even after 5 years, you can still find me. And even after 5 years, for example, Monica says to me, Andrew, do you remember Liza in the class? You can message me. Do you remember Liza in the class? I can't find her. I really want to talk to her. Can you please connect me with her if you have connection with her? And I'll say, oh, Liza is connected with me on my personal Facebook. Okay, and then I will connect Monica. Yeah, you know what I mean. So and another thing, but more importantly, our Facebook page, even you are no longer in my class, you will find lessons that will help you that I will post on Facebook. And because you are connected, you can always download. And also, if in the future you want, you want to, okay, for example, you leave the school, and then in the future, after 2 years, you want to return, and then you message me, Andrew, I want to return to school. What should I do? So what I'm gonna do, I'll just email the school to accept you, to register you. Yeah, you know what I mean? Then your life is easy. But if you do it yourself, you email the secretary, and then the secretary is busy. Yeah, you know what I mean? And so, and the classes are full, and it's not easy for you to re-enter the school. So it's very, very important that you stay there. Okay. So anybody else? Yeah, Syed, you want to say something, Syed? Yesterday, Syed was telling me something that surprised me.
Which one, teacher?
No. Okay, I'm gonna tell you. Yeah, yeah. Yesterday, Syed, you're gonna see this on video, right? Syed said to me yesterday that Syed told me that our class is a conversation class. And then I said to Syed, no, our class is not a conversation class. Our class is listening, speaking, reading, and writing. But a lot of people are confused because they thought that our class is a conversation class because every time I do listening, I turn it into speaking. Every time I do reading, I turn it into speaking. When I do grammar, I turn it into speaking. Idioms, I turn it into speaking. That's why you think it's a conversation class. Everybody, are you following me? That is my technique that many people cannot do. Yeah, you know what I mean? That is my technique. That's why you become more fluent in English in my class, because every time I introduce to you an activity that is not designed for speaking, I will always turn it into a speaking activity. Because my point here is, what is the point of learning grammar if you can write it but you cannot speak it? Yeah, you know what I mean? What is the point of learning idioms if you understand but you cannot use? What is the point of understanding compliments if you cannot give compliments? Yeah, you know what I mean? So that is my point. And this idea, I've had all of these skills before I came to Canada. And in Canada, I'm just refreshing, developing, and learning bits and pieces from all the workshops that I have been attending through the years. I learned all my techniques from different people. When I was working for the United Nations, I had co-teachers from Scotland, England, Ireland, New York, Los Angeles, Atlanta, Florida, Mexico, Sri Lanka, India, Japan, Malaysia, the Philippines, Vietnam, Switzerland, Germany, Netherlands, France, Spain, all of these professionals that interacted with me contributed to who I am today. So I'm actually standing on their shoulders. Is it nice? Okay, nice, right? Okay, so yeah, and so you should continue developing yourself, because, like, do not rest in your laurels. Rest in your laurels is an idiom which means don't be satisfied already of what you have, or what you are, or who you are today, or what you have today. Continue improving yourself, expanding your horizon, and um, increasing your optimism, your courage, your bravery, your outlook in life, your perspectives, your ideas, your reasoning ability. You know, you've got to continue, because like what Muhammad said to me during the meeting, in every situation there is always something to learn. Okay, so Abdul Razak, you want to say something? Actually, Abdul Razak, yesterday he said to me so many beautiful things, and the reason why I'm asking you to speak today is because I like the students to hear you. I like the students to hear from the horse's mouth. Yes, Abdul Razak said to me something beautiful yesterday. He said, I'm so fortunate to have met you in my life.
Yeah,
I am so lucky to have a teacher like you. Yeah,
yeah.
can you continue, Abdul
Okay,
Razak?
okay. First of all, I would like to say hi to my colleague students. Yeah, it's it basically like it's been a blessing to have to me to like to get to know every one of my students here. But yesterday I think I said so much, but I would like to say a few more. Like I would like to say a little bit about it. So I think you are someone who I'll always be proud of. Like for the first time coming to Canada, like I'll I'll just have to have it in mind always. Like you are the first teacher to teach me so many things ever since I came to Canada, and you how should I even say this? Like you are very exceptional. Like you make you give each and every one of us opportunity to express, like to know, to learn and know whatever. So like I did say yesterday about the activity you taught us, like after every word it has to be a present. Like I never knew. In most cases when I'm speaking English, I don't even do that. But here's the case, like you made me know that, like whenever I'm speaking, after every word I have to, it has to be a present need to continue after that. And I would also like to thank you very much for like um giving me the opportunity to learn so many things here in Canada, especially the job interview. How you did, yes, how you did taught us how to answer questions when we go for interview. I quite remember the day we were doing the interview. I know some of my colleagues were surprised the way I was moving my head, my hands and stuff. It was just because I was trying to memorize, like I tried to memorize what you told us. So I was trying to recollect, I'm trying to say it by myself. So that's the reason why I was just moving here and there, like, but I knew my colleagues really understand. So yeah. So and also like most of the things you taught us, I do have them on my phone. So most of it, when I'm at work, sometimes I just go through them just to build up my English, to be strong, like to 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 show the difference, because I know Ghana, where I'm coming from is Ghana, like we speak English, but I believe through what you taught me, like what I learned from you, I'm gonna be extraordinary. My English is gonna be different. Yeah. I think
Yes.
I just have to
Yeah.
stop. And yeah.
Yeah. Like yesterday, Abdul Razak yesterday, he said to me so many things I did not expect to hear from
Yeah.
Abdul Razak, right? And he really appreciated the mock job interview, like the workplace component of the things that we did in February, March, right?
Yes.
And so and not only Abdul Razak, almost everybody, 99% of the students, they remember the workplace component of our lessons and also the complement thing, right? And so I am really so I just feel like successful as a teacher because I really work so hard. I always work hard, but this workplace component, I actually have it in my book, and then I continue doing research, like especially like the last part of the workplace lesson before we did the compliments. When I said when I taught you how to make a phone call to ask about the result of the job interview. Remember this? That one, what I did is I research and then I fix it. I make it appropriate for you, you know? And so, yeah, that one. And also, and Abdul Razak mentioned to me about how that lesson changed him as a human being, how that lesson changed his perspectives about how to handle people, how to um, to function in a job interview, what to say and not to say, you know. And so, Abdul Razak, you were just quiet in the class most of the time, but I didn't know that that lesson really empowered you, and you were so appreciative of what I did, and you were vocal about it. Yeah, you know what I mean. And so, I also want to thank you for, you know, for everything that you said to me last night. Was it last night?
Yeah, yesterday. Yeah,
Yeah, yesterday, right?
yeah,
And so, yeah, because that makes me feel, oh, I did a good job.
yeah. You did so.
Yeah, you
You
know what
did.
I
Yeah.
mean. Yes.
Thank you
And
so much.
so, yeah, yes. So thank you, Abdul Razak. Just continue to be, you know, being a gentleman and being nice to everybody, and treating everybody with respect and and equality. And you are bound for success in Canada. Okay, you already have the language, right? You just need to fix it. More drama, more power, more passion when you speak. Okay. Okay, so like yes, okay, so yeah, who else want to say something? Okay, that's it. Vadim is coming. Okay, Alfred, Alfred, you want to say something? Okay, okay, Alfred.
Yeah, hello.
Alfred, Alfred, when you speak, can you please move your face this way?
Sorry,
Yes.
my computer, the camera is here. There's also another monitor is here. Sorry, that's why sometimes I look like this. Okay,
Okay, no, it's okay. Yeah, go ahead. Do what is comfortable for you.
okay, let me switch you. Okay, now let me switch you here. All right. Andrew, I want to thank you so much for what you've done, especially also at my side. You've been a friend to me since we started, and you've been a friend to us. You've made us to be so open to each other and and you made that this class as a family. Let me just say it like that. And I remember yesterday I told you about that. Yes, back home we study English, but the way you did it, the way you taught us here is kind of a little bit kind of so professional more than what I thought that things are going to be. Trust me, it is so it is so unique. Even the way I remember last week, but one Canadian one man came. There's a lady. Sorry, it's not a man. There's a lady told me, "How long have you been here?" She asked me that question. How long have you been here? I told her I'm here. I've been here for almost a year and 2 months. She said, "Yeah, so it seems like you've been here more than 3 years." I asked her why. The way you sound and the way you put your words are kind of a little bit it means that you've been here for a certain period. I said no. I do some, in my heart I wanted to tell her I do some classes if I can tell you that truth. But I know who I should take that credit to. So Andrew, that was your credit. That is what you've done to me and most of us here. And the way we collect those words, we can speak, but sometimes we cannot put them together. But I want to thank you what you've done for us and what you've done, especially me. I could speak English, but not the way I would right now. I can speak it. Even the way I put words, even the way where I should order the air in collect them or put them in so that someone can understand what I'm talking about or what I want to put out, so that someone understands what is my point. So I want to thank you so much, and I want to thank all my colleagues, everyone there, and most of the time also I go to. I'm not good at social media. I'm not good at social media, but I had already an account on Facebook, and if you check there, you cannot see my pics there. Sorry, my pictures there or anything I've been posting. So, but I always go and check on your account, And I remember he have more than 4 messages from me. And if you can check there's a group you have also in your personal account. Your personal account, I struggle to get it, trust me. But I was on the group. I used to send messages on that group. I didn't know that at first. But I want to thank you, and I want to thank each and everyone. Everyone has been good to me. Yeah, however much we are virtual, but it's okay. I feel comfortable in this class whenever I join. I'm in this class. Thank you so much, and have a good evening.
Oh yeah, you're welcome, Alfred. Yeah, Alfred, your story reminded me of my student from Sri Lanka. His boss was American, and he was like African American boss, right? And so without the boss telling him that he was the boss's favorite worker or staff, but he felt that he was the favorite of the boss, right? So when the boss's wife had a baby in the US, the boss took 1 month off from work in Canada. He's the boss in an American factory in Brampton. And so when he went back to the US, okay, so he tasked this guy Siva. Okay, so you're gonna be the head of this department while I'm away, and you're gonna report to me everything that the workers are doing or something like that, you know. And so after 1 month, okay, the boss extended his vacation to 1 month and a half, and after 1 month and a half, the boss returned to to Canada, and then Siva heard an announcement, like a page, right? Calling Siva, please report to the office, blah blah blah, you know. And so yeah, Siva went to the office, and he was surprised to see the boss there. And then first, okay, so when he walked into the office, he said, let's say, Mr. Brown, how are you doing, Mr. Brown? How was your trip? How was your family? With that accent. How are you doing? How was your trip? How is your family? And Indiana. Okay. And then the boss looked at him and said to him, what happened to you? The boss told him, what happened to you? And Siva became nervous. And he said, you know, Mr. Brown, I tried to monitor all of these people, but some of them are very stubborn. They did not listen to me, you know, and they think that they are like more superior than me or things like that. And then the boss said, nope, I'm not talking about it. I am talking about you. What happened to your English? How come your accent, your English is beautiful, your choice of vocabulary is beautiful, and your accent is better? What happened to you? I only disappeared for 1 month and a half. My God, Siva, he told me the story, right? He said, teacher, you know, Andrew, I could not control myself. My tears fell, and I thought about you. And because of you, I got this compliment from my boss who trusted me. And so he said, for a short time in your class, I was able to progress and to become better, to have a better communication skills. And my boss saw it. So, and I told my boss about you. And my boss said, who is this Andrew Taylor? Can you tell me more about him? Of course, the story, you know, like American, like, you know, from the black family, all of this like came together, right? And so the boss said, that's why. The boss also tried like support, right? Okay, so anyway, and another story is, it just happened like 3 months ago. I have one student new in Canada, and he's from Europe. And he came to my level 5 class, and he finished my level 5 class, and he got a job. And Vadim has met this person. We went bowling together with Vadim, with and his and so anyway, um, everybody in the workplace, asked him, how long have you been in Canada? And he said, only 3 months. 3 months? And you speak very good English? He said, well, I go to English class. And then all of these ladies in the workplace said, your teacher is doing a good job with you. Yeah, the ladies told him. And he said, oh my God. He said, he said, okay. Oh, so he said, why are people saying that it's always because of the teacher that I am very good? I also work hard. I said to him, your teacher did a good job, not because you work hard. And I just keep quiet. So, I know that I'm a very effective teacher, but I cannot be effective in the way, in everything that I do, if I don't have the cooperation and the dedication of the students that I serve. So everybody, whoever your teacher is gonna be in the future, remember, you have a voice. If you do not like what the teacher is doing, make a suggestion. When you make a suggestion, do not say my name. Do not say, in Andrew's class, we have a lot of speaking. You know what I mean? Don't. Do not mention. Do not compare teachers, because professionally, this is not appropriate. You can compare behind, but face to face is not a good idea, everybody. So just say, like for example, you make a suggestion to your teacher. Teacher, can we do some pronunciation or some high level grammar, like unreal conditional or perfect modals or passive voice or past perfect? Not as soon as possible, but it is something that I think it's a good idea, because we are newcomers and we need to learn these things, not only workplace. Yeah, you know what I mean? So teach if you communicate with the teachers politely, teachers are maybe the teachers are not taking notes, but teachers are gonna be taking notes for here. Yeah, you know what I mean? And your success is your responsibility. You know what I mean? So your success is your responsibility. You cannot always depend, or you cannot depend on the teacher 100%. You also have the responsibility to take charge of your English. Eva, you want to say something?
Yes. I'm sorry, I wasn't able to talk before. I just want to add something, because I agree with everybody who said there's a lot of things about your teaching, but I want to add just also this, that you can learn us how to get ourselves in difficult situations also, like you was always saying about that if somebody not smell really good at the workplace or somewhere, that's a
Like
very
how do you communicate, right?
exactly, that's a very difficult situation, right? So I know, like here, people is from different cultures, so sometimes you don't know what you're supposed to do, but you give us some ideas, right, about the difficult situation.
Yeah,
So
yeah, that's a very good suggestion.
that means that you are a really good teacher with a lot of experience, right?
Hmm.
That you can say, like, your students what we supposed to do in that kind of situations.
Hmm.
So we are really appreciate for that too.
Yes, I'm gonna think about it, Eva, and I'd be very, very careful about this because about 11 years ago in my day class, I got into trouble. You know, I don't want to tell you the nationality, but this lady, she had like you see, I cannot even say it. A body odor. And so I tried to ignore it because I tried to be sensitive, right? And all of the students did not feel comfortable. And so one day, three students stayed in the class and spoke to me about it. And so I still ignored it. And then after 1 week, I decided to speak with a person. When I spoke with a person, this person told her husband about what I said. I spoke to her alone, right? After everybody had left. And after her husband found out what happened, the husband contacted the school, and he was very upset, you know. And my boss called me to the office and to explain the situation. And then I told my boss it was not that way because you know how sensitive I am when I speak with other people, especially with immigrants. I'm also a person of color, right? And but that situation died down, but a lot of stress on my part because of that. And after that, when I smell something in the classroom, I just ignore it, and I say, and I just ignore it. Yeah, you know what I mean? Because I don't want to be in that situation that people are harassing me or stressing me, right? And so I will maybe I can make a suggestion, Eva, about what to say and what to do in this situation, but I have to be very careful, and you also have to be very careful because in Canada there is always something like politically correct, sensitivity to other people. Yeah, you know what I mean? And so yeah, just be careful. But I will think about it, seriously think about it. Let me do some research, Eva. Because my approach didn't work very well with this lady. But at the end, like after 3 months, this lady actually the smell stopped, and then after 3 months, she spoke to me to say goodbye. She and her husband family were moving to Montreal because her husband got a job as a supervisor in Montreal, and she said to me, "I'm sorry, teacher, the way my husband dealt with the situation because he has a doctorate degree in my country, and in Canada he works in a factory, and it hurts him so bad every day. That's why he's looking for somebody to blame. And unfortunately, he found you."
Yeah.
You understand? Yes. Okay, Elio, you want to say something?
I would like to say something to Abdul Razak.
Mm-hmm.
Abdul, is it
Abdul
possible?
Razak.
Is it possible?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, well,
Really?
it's about Abdul, it's about your voice. Your voice is so powerful.
Oh,
And the pitch of your voice is, for you, is easier to express different feelings than I can do. With my voice, I can't do that.
yeah.
But you can with your voice because your voice is so clear and you can, express emotions easier than I can do.
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
don't forget that. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Yeah, your voice is deep. Your voice is like Will Smith. Okay, so everybody, if you don't want to speak anymore, I'm gonna ask Liza to record herself. Muhammad Amam wants to speak. Okay, Muhammad, please go ahead.
I have every topic here. I enjoy your class, Andrew. It's a pleasure to meet all of you, of course. I see that you know that the key of success is to love what you do, and you have in your work, and you consider it not as a work, you consider it as a passion, and you enjoy it. The way you treat everybody, respecting the different culture, trying to be friendly with everyone. That's amazing and awesome from you, and that make the environment of the class, you know, friendly, like family, and everybody out of pressure, enjoying, and not feeling that this learning is heavy and like a traditional way of learning. The tools you brought to the class are used to bring also to the class, especially with the grammar and the example you do. Uh, it's more realistic and it can be easy to everyone. Also, it is attracting everyone to follow with you, especially when you bring some name of the student to the example, you put some name of them. Uh, yes, that's interesting, and making the students more following the issue. Uh, Also, when you have a new student, the way you ask them to introducing themselves, you welcoming to them. I still remember that the first time I came to the class, and by the way you welcomed me, and I still appreciate it. Uh, yeah. So all of this, thank you, Andrew, and thank you for everyone for this opportunity to meet you all, and hopefully we'll meet again in the class or in the person. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Muhammad. You know, one thing that I remember, always remember about you, Muhammad, is that you're a gentleman. You're a gentleman and you're very polite. It's really like you're a pure testament that you come from a good family. Because I did three things in the past that could have made you angry, but you did not get angry and you turn it into positive. I remember this when I was like teaching I remember I was in Brampton. I said, if you want to see me, you can come to Brampton because today I'm required by the school to teach in person in the school in Brampton. And that time we had a discussion about something. I don't want to remind you. And then I said something that after saying it, I realized that I should not have said it, you know. And then after that, but Muhammad, he just continued being positive, you know. And then after that, like just a month ago, no, I think in December, there was something again that happened that I said something with, I realized that what I said was not sensitive enough because it ended like it has a double meaning. And I know that Muhammad, he got it, but he did not pay attention to what I said. He just continued the discussion. Why Muhammad is like this? Because he has class, number one. Number two, because he has known me for a long time and he knows me that I don't judge people. Number three, Muhammad likes me. That's why when you like somebody, you do not see the negative things. When you see the negative things, instead of complaining, you make a suggestion. Yeah, Muhammad, thank you for that, Muhammad. You actually live in Mississauga. We could be friends, right?
We are friends already.
Okay. So if no one else wanna speak, I'm gonna ask Liza to read her letter. Okay. So let me just cut this conversation so it's easy for me to edit. Okay, I'm gonna stop there. Thank you everybody for sharing your ideas and perspectives and expressions of gratitude. I appreciate it. You'll see this on our channel.